Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Rich Guzman,
Hi guys, I'm Anastasia Halls, better known as Coach Ace.
and we are Ace and Rich, and welcome to Freedom by Design Live. Once again, today is what? Personal Development Monday.
Monday.
So we're going to talk about more about mindset today, and we're going to be doing this a couple times a week, actually. I really love mindset because it's really an important factor in your success. But before we get started with the content today, I'd like to know who is on the live. Let me just check on Facebook here. Let's see. Hey, Tina, how you doing? Sajida, what's happening? People are hopping on right now. You have a few minutes for people to hop on. Today is what? Let's see. Here we go.
Be sure to like, comment, and share, guys, because the information that we're about to share today, you guys get a lot of great info every time we're
A lot of
live.
value. A lot of
A lot
value.
of great info and value. So be sure to do that, and definitely get engaged with us because we're going to be taking Q&A right after this topic is over. And we'd like to spend a little bit of time with you guys to make sure that people understand what is it that we're actually going over and talking about, maybe probably helping people get some breakthroughs as well.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So, guys, how are you doing today? Now, you guys look at the title of this video, right? Why do so many fail online? There's a reason for that. Hey, Diane Robin, how you doing? Welcome to the live. And there's a reason for that, and it happens to a lot of people, more so than you think. They always talk about the 80-20 principle. They always talk about the 3% versus the 80%,
Yes,
right?
yes.
This all ties into what I'm going to talk about tonight, okay? So let's see who else is coming on here. What's going on?
There's a reason for that.
So delay there. And there we go. Cool. So anyways, so what I want to do is I want to talk about some key principles when it comes to really having success as an entrepreneur, okay? And it really boils down to having the right mindset and, making right decisions and, not always think about the profit all the time because online space is a little bit different than traditional business, right? We have to really understand that we're in a long game here. We're not in a short game, guys. We're in a long game here, right?
It's a long-term business.
It's a long-term business.
Yes.
This is why we, been able to sustain our business for the long term because we know what type of business that it is. So, having said that, you need to understand that it's about serving the customer, serving the actual, the new buyer coming into your space. That's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
But there are several factors that really hold people back from having success. And if you see me looking over here, it's because I have notes over here as well. It's mental awareness, self-awareness, identity, belief systems, mental cognition, business principles, and cash flow focus sessions. Okay. So these are the reasons why a lot of people have trouble, focusing in their business to have success is because they're not looking at these things. Okay. Now, what happens when somebody gets involved in a business for the first time, they don't start at the foundation level. They want to go already to the top immediately.
They do.
And that's not really going to help you. It's not going to work or anything.
Exactly.
You have to really focus on the principles of understanding your mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yes.
Your mindset is everything when it comes to your business. If you don't have this down, it ruins everything. Like it's kind of like if you don't focus on your mindset, it's more like, building a business from sand. And that sand just completely crumbles when it starts getting heavy, right? Does this make sense? This is what happens to most people. Let's talk about the online space, okay? Most people, when they start a business, this is the reason why they fail, is because they keep focusing on just one thing. And that's just like, how am I going to make some money? Now, how am I going to build a business? Or how am I going to understand business principles? How am I going to understand my own way of thinking? What's holding me back? Right? See, the problem is most people when they start an online business, they come from a job mentality.
Yeah.
And they have no business sense. They have no business principles. And if you don't have these senses and these principles, what happens is we end up making wrong decisions because we don't know, right? How do we know if we never ran a business before?
Or at least you think but you're thinking from along the lines of an employee perspective versus looking at it from an entrepreneur perspective.
Yeah. Hi, Spencerville. Welcome, buddy. So think about that for a second, what we just said, because people are always thinking from an employee mindset and not a business mindset, And most people, they like I said, they tend to want to go for the top immediately without starting at the bottom. It's just the nature of the business. Okay. So I'm going to do a share screen, guys, and I'm going to be going over some principles. Before I get started, do you want to say anything?
No, I'm going with it. I'm
Okay.
good. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So let me go to the share screen here. All right, guys, can you hear me okay? Before I go to the share screen, I want to make sure you guys can hear me okay. Okay. All right. Let me know if you guys can hear me and see me okay.
Yes.
Okay, good. Awesome. All right, so let me head over to the share screen and we'll get started here.
I like sharing the screen. This is going to be good for them.
It's going to be very good. Hopefully good, read my chicken scratch, So you guys know I'm always studying personal development. I'm always learning new things. I'm never, ever stop, really developing my mindset and learning new skill sets and new awarenesses, right? Always new awareness. So what I want to talk about is, let me just hide this because I don't want you guys to that be in the way. There we go. Perfect. Okay, cool. Hey, we just bounced at the bottom. Look at that. So let me go over to the share screen here. Okay. And as you can see, if you see me turn over here, because this is our screen over here for just the live. So as you can see over here, we're looking at mental awareness. We're looking at self-awareness and identity, belief systems, mental cognition, business principles, and cash flow focus obsessions. I learned this through Sam Ovens. All right. He's an amazing entrepreneur. This man needs no introduction. And I'll leave the video notes afterwards, after this live. I'll put it in the chat. And also, if you're watching on YouTube, I'll put it also in the description. So you guys can go watch that full video. It is about an hour-long video. But I'm going to summarize it, real briefly about what I've discovered and what I've learned and what I want to share with you. Because I've talked, the stuff that he was talking about is I've been talking about for quite a while now. Okay. And
it's nothing new. It's just what it is. It's just, you have to understand in the order of the foundation,
right.
The way they go in the right order, how you should be thinking. And a lot of marketers online that are gurus, they tend to mix it up and confuse you. And this is why so many people, have like buyer's remorse, because they end up buying all these different pieces to the puzzle, but they don't really know how to put them together, right? So when it comes to the mindset principle, you need to understand in the right order how this goes. So mental awareness is number one.
Okay. So now I'm going to show you something right here, guys. Okay. If you look here, you have two stick figures, two individuals. Okay. And as you can see right here, you see the individuals, you see the plus, and then you see the I's. The I's stand for information. So if you want to know what that I stands for, that stands for information. Now, why is it, okay, that let me go over my pencil. You have someone over here that gets information, right? Let's see the little brain right here getting the information. And then, you see they succeed. Okay, they succeed. But the other individual is failure. So let's say this is like the 3%. Okay. That's a funny looking percent, but that's a 3%. And then you have, as we know, the 80%. Now, why is that? There's a big gap there, a big difference, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
It's a real big difference. So if you look at the 3%ers, why is it that they are succeeding? Why? And so many struggle and so many fail online. Why is that, guys? Why? I don't like that 3%. I'm going to redraw it up here. I want you guys to really see that nice and clear. It's going to be a very valuable lesson for you guys. So we're going to put 3%. That's a little bit better. Okay, good. So now Why is it though? There's so many people out there right now, as we speak, getting started in an online business every single day. Right now, somebody's probably signing up to a business right now.
Oh, it's statistics. There's a person signing up in a new business every minute. It's happening.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yes.
And they don't know what they're getting into.
They don't.
They don't. All they know is like, I want to make money online. I want to make money online. I want to make money online. So what happens is they're stuck in this what? Cash flow focus obsession.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
So how can they get to the top of the 3% is pretty much having mental awareness. But that goes out the door when it comes to building a business online if you're focusing on cash flow, right? Now, we all know cash flow is important because you got to run a business and everything, but you can't get to that point unless you understand these principles right here. And what happens is you have, like I said, mental awareness, right? And you have self-awareness, identity, belief systems, mental cognition, and business principles. Let's start off with mental awareness. Having mental awareness is like, what are you aware of? Are you aware that you're running a business right now online, and it's a real business that could pay you plenty of money, and you are aware that it's going to take time, and you are aware that you're building new skill sets that you never had before? Are you aware of that? If you are, then you're probably going to move more to this quadrant right there. If you're not, you're going to go to where the 80% are.
Right in the big old F.
You got that?
Yeah, in the F quadrant.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about self-awareness and identity.
Mm-hmm.
So are we aware that we, like for me, am I aware when I first got started in 2008 that I had the employee mindset mentality when I first got started? No, I didn't. All right. My self-awareness was very low. Very low. I was like, I just want to make money online, right? But then you realize that you have to have self-awareness and realize like, well, hey, wait a minute. I just had a job. All I know is my job. All I know is how to be told what to do, punch a clock, get paid every single week, and go back and rinse and repeat every single day. So when you decide to jump into the space of entrepreneurship, what happens, guys? It's a whole new ball game, isn't it? So now we need to have self-awareness that we need to focus on what? Our identity. What is our identity? See, when you become an entrepreneur, you're creating a brand new identity of you.
Yes, you are. Agreed.
The old identity is what you know. So when you become an entrepreneur, you're developing a new identity of yourself. You see, it all ties in together with mental awareness, self-awareness, where you want to be, where you want to go. You see, your ability to understand this is going to determine if you're going to hit the 3% or you're going to hit the 80%. Or you're going to be another statistic in the 80%, right? So let's talk about belief systems. What are our belief systems? Our belief systems stems from the day we were born, and what we were taught, and when we were, what we learned from our parents, what we learned from teachers, what we learned from friends is our belief systems. So now what you got to do is when you go into the entrepreneur world, you got to eliminate all disbeliefs of what you've learned, because the first belief is like, this is not possible. This isn't real. I can't make it happen. So that's all what? Your belief systems. And you're being fooled to think that that's all that you know.
Right.
When the reality is you're creating a new belief system. And the only way to do that is to completely suspend all old disbeliefs.
Yes.
Because if you don't, it's going to be very difficult for you to create new belief systems. Okay? Now,
this is true.
Now let's talk about mental cognition. Do you understand business? Do you understand business? Do you understand your mental state where it is right now? Do you understand how to really put a business together? Right? It kind of leads into the next thing, business principles. You understand business principles. Not everybody goes to college for business. And I can tell you right now, the majority of people who are actually coming online and building a business, they don't have business principles. They have job principles.
Exactly. Exactly.
So you need that proper mental cognition in order for you to have business principles.
Because they've never done this sort of thing before.
No, not at all.
The only thing they're used to is working for somebody else and being told what to do and having a boss telling you and directing you and everything like that. That's what you're used to. But when it comes to you being self-directed and independently moved by your own, your own motivation and your own self, beliefs, that kind of is hard to do because you don't have anybody correcting you anymore. You don't have anybody there. This is why having a mentor is important. But a mentor can only guide you. A mentor is not responsible for your success. You are. Okay?
Yes.
So when it comes to the belief system and the mental cognition, okay, you have to make sure that you're always feeding this to filter out bad garbage, bad information.
Yeah.
Right, Rich?
No, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Now, guys, I want to talk about I say this one for last, and because it's so important, and I've talked about this a lot in the past and everything. You got to think about your business. I've talked about this before about a skyscraper, right? And you got to have the foundation set properly. So you got to start here, guys. Mental awareness, and you work your way down, and then cash flow focus is last. Isn't that crazy? Cash flow focus is last.
It's not the opposite. Cash flow focus is supposed to be the last thing that you should be thinking about.
And I know that it's what we were taught, like the opposite, like, okay, well, you got to have cash flow. Yeah, you do have that cash flow in your business, but you got to learn to serve the customer first. You have to learn to serve your new buyers first. How can you make more cash flow if you're not focusing on your mental awareness, self-awareness, your identity, who you are, but more importantly, your mental awareness that you need to serve the customer. See, I'm very aware that the customer is the most important thing. I know that, and Ace knows that too. Now, here's one thing Ace taught me. You see, I knew this, but she really drilled it. And she said, the important thing you must focus on is following up and building a solid foundation with a relationship. And that's so important when it comes to building a business online. See, she was very mental aware of that specifically.
That's right.
See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But she had problems with her self-awareness and her identity because where she came from.
Yes.
So she had to suspend all old disbeliefs to create a new identity, who she is right now. Is this making sense, guys? Is this really hitting home to you? Why people fail? You see what I'm saying? This is why people fail. This is the truth. Exactly.
Yeah.
Tina hit it right in the head. This is the truth.
This is the truth.
So cash flow focus is important as a business, but let it be your last point, because you can't really get to that point until you understand the principles of business. You can't, until you understand, like, how am I going to serve the customer, right? How am I going to develop my skill sets? This is why you see this individual over here, when he gets information, okay, when he gets that information, the information, he's going to do great because he's mentally aware, okay? He knows his identity, and he's suspend all old belief systems, right? He has a great mental cognition, and he's been studying his business principles over the years. Is that making sense? And now tell me that doesn't make sense. So, but you have somebody here comes along, and what happens with this guy? This guy goes, you know what? I just want to make money. I want to make money. That's it. That's all he wants to do. Just wants to make money. And what happens is he's thinking like an 80%er.
Not going to be successful.
And he's not going to be successful.
Not going to be successful
He's
with
gonna-
that.
he's gonna fail.
Absolutely not. If that's any of you guys guilty of thinking that way, admit it to yourselves right now, and that be mentally aware that that is your fault, right? You have to take your responsibility for thinking that way. And now the second step is, you know what? The first step is to acknowledge it and be mentally aware. The second step is to stop it.
Now, let me give you a sense of mental cognition.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we have, our business principles when it comes to running an online business, right? You do your taxes, you run your business, you do your lead generation, you follow up. If you're supposed to be following up, you should be following up, right? If you're not following up, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
But do you have the mental cognition to understand what's the most important principles in your business? Do you? Do you think, let me give you guys a little quiz. What's more important? What do you think is the most important thing in your business? Traffic or writing an email? Traffic or writing an email?
Post in the chat.
Just a quick little quiz. You guys know. Let me know in the chat. This is going to be really, really good for you guys.
The answer may surprise you.
Okay. Come on, guys. I want some more participation.
We
here.
have more than enough people here that are watching, so don't be lazy. Go ahead and type in the chat.
Don't be shy. Hey, Lordy.
Okay, we have a couple people that says
Okay, so you guys say writing an email. Why?
writing an email.
Tell me, why do you think email is more important than actually generating leads?
So you guys are saying email, but why?
Why?
Why do you feel that that is the most important?
You see, you can just say something, but you have to know why you should be focusing on email.
Exactly.
So I will say, I'll agree with you guys, it's email. Why not traffic? Well, let me give an example. So you can have a really big list of, let's say, 100,000. And, you can make a few conversions here and there, right? But did you know you can stop running traffic with 100,000 on your list and really hone in on your email marketing skill sets to focus on the conversion factor? Because that's going to be your bottom line. That's what's going to bring in the profits.
Exactly.
Now, you see, if I didn't have that mental awareness, that wouldn't happen. If I didn't have the right belief systems, that wouldn't happen. If I didn't have the right mental cognition, I wouldn't know that. You see what I'm saying? By running a business, you got to know all this stuff, guys. You got to really understand this. Tracy Lee said, to establish trust and engagement with a person or persons. Well, here's the thing. When it's always a person, because there's always one person at a time, open up your email, okay? And we focus on trying to follow up and be very generalized, but we're not focusing on really getting better at communicating, being really effective, right? Self-awareness, guys. Be very aware of what's going on in your business. This is a difference between someone who fails and someone who succeeds. You got that?
Mm-hmm.
Powerful stuff I'm sharing with you guys here. Okay, good. 7:28 right now, 7:28 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am ready for some Q&A. Guys, if you have any questions about what I talked about, let's stay on topic here, because I think if you guys stay on topic, I have a feeling you guys are going to have a great breakthrough today. Okay? So let me head over back to our video.
Go ahead and post your Q in the chat, and we'll go ahead and answer those questions.
All right.
Make sure it's a question with a Q, not a comment with a Q.
Let me go here and we're back. All right. So
let's take a look.
So while we're waiting. Okay. So we'll take a Q right now.
So Joyce Jolly says, Q, Asa Rich, I can understand, but would we still continue to build our list considering the leaky bucket syndrome you taught?
Yes, you always want to build your list. There's nothing wrong with that. But I want you to look at the most important principle. Even though we have business principles, we know our principles and what's important. So yes, generating traffic and following up. That was a quiz just to test your mental cognition.
Exactly.
That's all it was.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
And we taught you guys a lot, so that shows you're paying attention. Okay. But business principles, we know we need to generate leads. We know we need to follow up. We know we need to build relationships. Now we're getting more into mobile marketing, right? Self-awareness, right? Understanding what's happening in the marketplace.
Yes.
Being a business owner, being smart, strategic, right? These are things that are very important for you to succeed versus for you to fail. Okay. So I asked you a simple question to kind of dig deep inside and ask you, why did you choose that? Because you need to understand, if you make a decision as a business owner, you need to own that decision, whether it was right or wrong.
Yes. Mark Gibbons says, Q, I get I get it about emails, but it seems like all the emails I get are pitches from other marketers. I don't see much value in the emails I get.
So, okay, so it's not about what you get, it's about what you give. So don't think about what you're getting, think about what you can give. So if you see a loop or a hole in the marketplace, you say, you know what? Everybody's doing the same damn thing. How about if I change the script a little bit? Pretty cool, right? I created an email and I created the title. The title was called Deeper Down the Deepest Dream. And it got over 200 opens and it's still climbing, right? It'll probably hit over 300 opens. And that's really good. And think about it, like I'm getting more creative with the emails because I'm thinking of how could I tap into the emotional state of the individual who's reading my emails.
Yes.
I'm not always pitching, I'm always trying to communicate, right? So if I do like a PM email and I just pitch, that's okay, but I don't want to pitch. I want to, give a story, connect, pitch, story, connect, pitch, right? And kind of mix it up a little bit. Like today, I did an AM and a PM. Tomorrow, I'll probably may just do an AM, right? Another day, another AM, because I'm filling out my list, right? I'm being very self-aware of what's going on and what I'm doing and what I've learned and what I'm continuing to learn, right? And I'm trying to make the best decisions possible in the business. Like I know that it's going to be more profitable, right? Because I'm fully aware of it.
Yes.
Now, if I just ignore it, then my cognition is not set properly. I'm still thinking employee mindset. Not important.
And wouldn't you agree that if Mark is getting emails like that the individuals that he is following that are pitching all the time, he should create, or get rid of those people that he's following and find better people to follow?
Mark, I think marketing? You're always going to find different people and sometimes you just can't, avoid that. But unless you open up a random email account.
That's my question. So,
right. This is what I would do, Mark. I would start, getting creative. If that's something that really is burning up inside of you, then maybe you could be the one that sticks out in the marketplace by you solving a problem. That thing just skyrocketed with opens and clicks. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. We got to sell. We're running a business. But however, that shouldn't be the forefront of the thought. The thought should be about how can I connect? How can I connect? Very important. If we're not connecting, then we're not communicating. We're just selling, right? And people know when you're not real. Because a lot of people, what they do is they go out there, they hire copywriters, or they do swipe copies, all this kind of stuff. And it's not you. It's not who you are, right? Like if I see an email, get an idea, I showed you guys one example how I just wrote my own email from looking at an idea. But it's got to come from me. It's got to come from me. It's got to come from how I think, how I write, right? So this is how you really connect with the individual in your own words, because what happens is when you follow this principle, business principles, they start to connect with you because they start to know who you are by the way that you write, by the way you communicate. And then they get to the point that they start to expect an email from you, and they start to look from an email from you.
Joyce Jolly says, hole in the marketplace, yes. And says, it's about building our list of an audience of listeners. So when they make the decision to buy, they got value from our email.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Like when I write an email, guys, I'm not looking at who's buying from my emails. I'm looking who's opening and who's clicking.
Yeah. Yes.
That's who I'm looking for. That's what I focus on. And that's why I make sales with my emails. Because I don't focus on like I gotta try to sell them. I gotta try to sell them. Over and over and over. Like I see, I get emails like that all the time. Buy. And I said to myself, you know what? I want to be different.
Yes.
I want to sell, but I want to sell less and give more. See?
Yes.
Self-awareness.
Exactly. Yes.
Self-awareness. So, and when I did that, I realized like, wow, I'm getting double the open rates now. I'm getting more click-throughs now, right? And people are paying attention for that reason. Any more questions?
Tina Brewer says, on the emails, I'm still trying, but I think about what I open and try it that way. Is that about right?
If you're trying, let's see.
So she's trying to write the emails from the way that she's thinking.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, let's say you're on a list of, a lot of people usually have a lot of emails come into their inbox, but if you get an email from someone and it captivates you and you opened it, it really made you open it, right? Learn from that. Why did you open that email? Why did it grab you?
What was it about the subject line that jumped out at you
Yeah.
that made you want to click? Because you can learn a lot from your own personal activity
Yeah.
and how you are as the person on the opposite side,
Yep.
not as the marketer.
Yep.
You have to learn to get into your prospects' heads.
Yeah.
Some of you forget that, you were once on that other side. Now you're the one holding the baton and you're the one that's marketing. But see, if you can get into your prospects' heads, then you can create the best content because now you're thinking like them.
Think about this, okay, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Like when it comes to like communicating and everything, okay? And you're building your list and you're writing emails and everything, okay? Understand that I talked about this before. All you have to do, if you're still kind of like, kicking the can down the road and you're trying to figure out like, God, I still can't figure this out. What I want you to do is I want you to open up a separate Gmail account, brand new, away from all the emails that you're getting, and start going onto other marketers' lists and start studying. And then what I want you to do is make a swipe file of all the titles that captivated you. Why'd you open the email?
Yeah.
You know what's going to grab you. You know what's going to gravitate to you.
Yes.
And then you look at, and pretty soon you have a long swipe file of different titles. And then you can look at those titles and go, now I'm going to put it in my words, but mean the same thing.
Because see, I fell into this trap when I was writing emails. Like you can't look at a blank screen, guys, and try to create an email from scratch. Ain't gonna happen.
No.
You have
sometimes
to
you
learn.
get inspired though.
Sometimes you get inspired, you can, but the best way to approach this is to look at another person's ideas and then try to put it in your own words just in the very beginning to just get it going and get it going right. And then later on, the more practice you got putting in the work and the time effort into creating those broadcast emails for follow-up with your subscribers, then you're going to start creating your own flow. Then you're going to start creating your own creativity, ideas, and subject lines, and be able to test and tweak along the way. But in the very beginning, you don't want to look at a blank screen. If you have no idea what to write, you want to be able to look at somebody. So I think creating the swipe file is an awesome idea. I've done it.
Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
And I want to show something here, just so people can see the reality of email marketing and stuff like that. Okay. Let me just put it on the share screen right there. And once I have it on the share screen, I will put it on the video for you guys. Okay, cool. So I want to show you something, guys. Let me go over to Be Live here. And I want you to see this, okay? I want you to see this. Like, this was just sent out at 3 o'clock. At 3 o'clock. It's like only 7:38 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This email is just sent out. So it's not like it's been out for a while, right? But look at the difference in the emails. It's like you got 284, 327. Look at this, guys. This is ridiculous, man. Now, look at this. We've seen your economy shrinking. Pretty cool title, right? Right? Fake programs suck. I got a reply for that one, by the way. And now the numbers are increasing and stuff. Yeah, sometimes you get little small numbers. You're testing different things, right? But if you notice, though, I've been really being self-aware of what the list is responding to and what they like, what kind of frequency they like in the emails. See what I'm saying? I'm going into their mind, like you were talking about. Okay.
Yes.
Now this one's going to hit 200. I guarantee it. So right here,
That one's almost there.
I'm already at 200. Now this one is not selling. This one is just giving a nice little story. Okay. Let me open up the email. And you can see right here. Now I write, for her because I want her to, it's because she writes like pretty much 80% of the time. So I wanted to, write in her, because she's a pen pal here, and or pen name, I should say. But look at this, guys. Story. It captivates and then it really engages it. Okay. Click here to jump on a quick call with us. Are we selling? No. Let's hang out. Let's talk. Let's have a cup of coffee. Right? Keep it real. Now, look at this. join me on Facebook. P.S. Did you grab your free gift yet? Remember the mobile stuff we're talking about, guys? Click here, right? Put your phone number in. We're talking to people every day now.
Right
Every
through
day
our
from
mobile
the
devices.
right from the list.
Yep.
Right from the list. How cool is that, right?
Mm-hmm.
These are strategies and self-awareness that you have to understand in your business. Now, I want you to look at this for a second. Let me go back to broadcast. And if you look over here, this was already at 200. Now, this is the PM style email.
And watch the difference in the format when you see this. See how short it is?
See that? Now, this is not, I don't do this I used to do it every day.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I saw? I saw the numbers go down.
Right.
But when I actually backed off and did my PMs like, I don't know, maybe like 2 or 3 times a week, my engagement started just skyrocketing. Okay? So I wanted you to see that. I want you to see the reality of what's happening with understanding business principles. Okay? It all ties into the mindset. Okay? And I wanted you to start getting creative and start having fun with your audience. This is your audience. This is your baseball stadium. This is your Super Bowl stadium, right? You can create as big as you want and engage as much as you want, okay? Feel it out. Understand your audience. Learn your audience.
Stop trying to strive for perfection and just, fail forward. Really. Your emails are not going to be perfect. A lot of your subject lines are not going to get opens. The point is to just keep doing it and build the consistency of the success habit on a daily consistent basis.
Yep.
Do not stop. Do not try to look for the ideal perfect open rate number and perfect click-through rate, because I'm going to tell you, even the world's top expert marketers do not have the highest open rates. Yep. They're always up and down, up and down, up and down, because not every email is going to be responsive. You cannot predict responsiveness.
But you can predict your consistency.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You can't predict responsiveness, but you can predict your consistency. And very important, guys, your self-awareness. Okay?
All right. Let me reach over here, Rich, because I want to see if we missed anybody. Hold on. No, I got it. Let me see. This one. All right. We answered that one. This is the next one that we left off on. It was Tracy Lay.
So Tracy says, so do you have a professional follow-up? Is to have 100% style communication to create the purest engagement with your customers.
As I just talked about, you're not going to have that. You have to literally start building the numbers in your favor. You have to have your list continually growing. You have to consistently drive traffic. You have to always grow your list, right? Which is your most valuable asset. And you need to follow up. It's just how it is. If you are looking for, like, we have over close to 10,000. Mm-hmm. We're gonna get up to that point where we have 10,000 subscribers on our list.
It'll be more too.
We're being 100% transparent. We're showing you that even us as top marketers, we're showing you like the reality of email marketing. Like, you're not gonna have perfect numbers across the board, but you will have people opening. And as long as you have people opening and clicking, your list is responsive.
Yep, that's why we're using mobile marketing techniques as well.
Exactly.
And because you can't leave no stone unturned.
Exactly.
And that's, again, self-awareness.
Exactly. And then when you get to a point where your list is at the highest numbers and you start seeing your click-throughs become conversions, now you got a list that is buying. Now you really have, a really responsive list that is actually converting. So now you can tweak your emails even better now, because you have people literally going to those email broadcasts and they're buying through the emails. And we've done that. We've broadcasted to our list and we've done conversions to our primary business just from our emails.
Now, understand, guys, we have multiple offers, right? We promote the Super Affiliate Network. We promote the Power Release System on our list.
Right.
We promote
My Lead System Pro.
My Lead System Pro. We have like many different offers that we run with our list, right?
Yes.
And here's what I did. Let me go over to. You guys are getting the goods tonight. So that PM email that you just saw, where did I drive into? This isn't the only thing we promote, but today I'm just showing you what I promoted, right? Just right there we go. Let me go over here to back to Be Live. Yeah, separate so it doesn't. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to go right here and show you guys something. So we actually broadcasted a capture page. I do this once in a while. I'll do a capture page broadcast. And what I want to show you is what happened. This is happening in real time, guys. Like it's happening right now, so you know what's going on, okay? All right. So I'm going to log into one of my primary companies here. And we don't do this just for the Power Lead. I mean, for the Power Lead system, we do it for Super Affiliate Network, Power Lead system. You know, I got other offers I promote as well on top of that. So if I go to like my leads, what are you seeing? Boom, 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 all the way down. Look at this. Right? And this is happening right now in real time. This is going to keep growing. Okay. I track when I do anything with Super Affiliate Network, I always do a tracking, and I actually put like AWeber PM, the date, stuff like that, right?
To keep it organized.
So I know,
so you know where
it's coming from, right?
Yes.
Once they opt in here, guess what? They'll go on another list, which they'll, you know, probably become a sale. This is how we make multiple streams of income from different areas and stuff like that. But the point is that you could send a capture page too. You don't have to just send a sales page all the time. You got to mix it up, guys. You got to mix it up. You can't always, you know, do one thing all the time because people get stagnant and stuff like that, seeing the same thing, the same offer all the time. So we mix it up every week. You know, we're promoting like different things, but we always go back to the same thing, right? That makes sense? Right. So let me go back here. So is this really making sense, guys? Is this like really hitting home and just sharing some really good value with you guys tonight so you understand that you just have to be really aware of how you present your offers with email and why it's important to be self-aware that this is where your profit, you know, does come from. Well,
here's a question from Ida says, how do you promote so many offers and not make your prospects or your list get confused?
Well, I have a bucket list, okay? And I'm in the process right now. I was waiting for this, but I'll spill the beans. I'm going to train you guys on how to automate a separate list. We talked about this before earlier, but I didn't want to go into it right away because we wanted to make sure you got certain processes in place first.
Right.
But now we got to build a clickers list. And that clickers list, we want to separate the openers from the clickers so we have more engagement. Now you can send a PM email to the openers and the clickers at the same time. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, because what happens is when you do a clickers list and you do a broadcast, the individual that clicks on the link is going to get tagged and moved over to that clickers list automatically. They're going to get unsubscribed and get moved over to a clickers list. Pretty cool, right? That's what we want. We got to fine tune that list. Hence, self-awareness, great business cognition. You see what I'm saying, guys? We have to really understand what is going to be important to our bottom line. Okay? You know, everybody comes in with that money, but nobody's thinking about strategy. Nobody's thinking about, you know, learning different skill sets and testing your market and testing your leads and all the stuff that I do. Most people don't even do it because they're just not willing to do it. This is why you guys are with us. We teach you this stuff. Of course, we teach you a lot of great things inside our private MTI group. That's why you guys came in with us, right? There's a lot more we're going to be teaching. Like I said, we're going to be opening up our own coaching program. That's going to be coming out soon. We'll let you know when that happens. We're going to be teaching more in-depth information on what we talked about today. How to overcome those things, how to overcome those obstacles, because it's against you. The odds are against you. So how do you break those odds and put it more in your favor? Okay. So we're going to be helping you out, helping you guys out with that.
Mark Gibbons says, do you send separate emails to each of your lists or just a broadcast list to all lists except the primary list?
I send broadcasts to pretty much my central broadcast list. That's what I focus on. And then what I do is I have a separate list called the clickers list. that what I wanted to do is I wanted to get I got a whole bunch of new leads that came in. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to wait till they go to the broadcast list, test the opens.
Yes.
And I love what I'm seeing, guys.
Mhm.
I love what I'm seeing. We're getting really good opens from the traffic, right? So now it's at that point that I'm prepared to actually move those over to a clickers list and fine tune my market. Okay. So, and I'll teach you guys that, right? You guys are not gonna be in the dark. I'm gonna teach you guys exactly how to do that. All MTI members are gonna know exactly how to do that. It's gonna be fun. So yeah, just one list, but I got your back, Mark. Don't worry about it.
Mark says, great tracking. I wish we had that with PLS.
But that's okay though, because what you can do is, if you really want to see, this is my mind, the way it works, guys. I'm very aware. What you can do is you could actually create a broadcast for your PLS, create a separate list, and then the people who are clicking on your links that keep clicking on the PLS, put them in a separate list, and then guess what? Now you know who likes PLS, right? It just makes sense because they're clicking on that link. They keep clicking on that link. They keep looking at the offer. Now you can send them to the training from Franco every single week, right? And see, this is getting like deep. This is dissecting your market and then finding out who the serious ones from the curious ones,
yes,
right? Like I had a response today from a lead, and this individual told me, she said, what did she say?
I was just looking.
Which one is it there?
Yeah, I was just
She
looking.
she says like this. She goes, I was just looking. I said, okay, you didn't want to make money online? What was it? Hold on. What did I say? Oh no, she says, oh, I just want to be sure that, no, I said, I just want you to be sure this is more real than you think. That's what I told her. Because people are skeptical, right? So I said, okay, I just want you to be sure this is more real than you think. I'm not sure what it is. And I told her, I said, you did want to make money, you did want to make money online, didn't you? Question mark. I'm always ending with a question. Okay. So we're dissecting the market. We're finding out
right through mobile
who is serious from the curious.
Right.
So we're not just going out there and just going, okay, I drive traffic, I follow up. I drive traffic, I follow up. That's not the way it works. It's not the way it works. You got to have an indoctrination series. You got to move them over to a separate list.
Exactly.
Broadcast on that. Once they get those people move over to the open list, we got to start dissecting them more and getting them to a clickers list. And then guess what? You can really go a little bit deeper too, but we'll leave it at that. Okay. So, all right.
Tracy Lee says, now, are you running free ads and paid traffic to both lists?
Well, I don't know what you mean by free ads. We do free marketing as far as social media, YouTube and, Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, but we do run paid ads as well. And I don't know, 100 leads a day. It's ridiculous, right? But the numbers are in the favor. You're getting people that are serious, people that are curious. It just goes back and forth. And some of the leads that are coming in right now too are coming from the list, but also coming in from real-time stats from like YouTube and stuff like that too. Mm-hmm. So I know where they're coming from, number one. Two, I know that they're just wasting time or they've been burned in the past. So you have to understand the market, how they think. Once you understand how they think, then you know how to talk to them.
Mark says, I'm with you. Thanks, Ace and Rich. I meant the subscribers that go on to SAN, but I have to keep the main thing and focus on my emails, etc.
Right, exactly. Like, I did a broadcast, guys. That broadcast went out to a capture page. That capture page, when they opt in, they're going on to another list. Not mine, someone else's. Now, why would I do that? Well, why not? Now I got leverage going on. I got somebody working on my list over there. I'm working on my own list over here. The same emails over there are over here too. It doesn't matter.
There you
gotta think smart, man.
Yeah,
you gotta be leveraged.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
So Tracy Lee said, okay, cool, got it. Awesome. I'm glad you got it.
Great session, guys. Let's give this a wrap. We don't want to be here a little bit too long.
No, that's
it's not
it.
a hot seat, Save all those other questions for hot seat on Friday.
Questions. And Wednesday, we're gonna have a great training on Wednesday. I think it's time for me to do some training.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. Yes, Mark, working smarter, not harder. You're welcome. And what I'm gonna share with you on Wednesday it's gonna make so much sense. You're gonna be like, oh my God, I didn't even think about that. Watch. It's gonna be awesome. And there's so many ways of doing things, but I like to keep things simple but effective. Okay? And I'll talk about that on Wednesday too.
Yeah. Cool. Let's wrap this up.
All right, guys. So my name is Rich Guzman.
And my name is Anastasia Halls, better known as Coach Ace.
Thank you so much for being with us today on the live. And if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and leave a comment. Maybe that you're thinking of something later on and not right now, and you might have a question, and we'll get back to you and answer that question for you. And be sure to click on the notification bell so you don't miss a beat when we actually post up these live videos, which are awesome. Not only that, we have an offer for you below, and we can get in contact with you in real time directly and answer any questions that you have to help you start building a business online. Okay? So guys, you have a great day, and we'll see you on a new live very soon. Bye now.
Bye now.